Dear friend with karmic connection, have these inexplicable phenomena ever occurred in your home? In the stillness of the deep night, one often feels the presence of invisible eyes watching from the shadows. Objects at home mysteriously change locations. The keys that were clearly placed on the table suddenly appear under the sofa. The child woke up in the middle of the night, crying and saying they saw an unfamiliar aunt standing beside the bed. Family members are inexplicably restless, constantly quarreling, and even falling ill without apparent cause. When these unusual phenomena occur frequently, we can't help but suspect that there might be impure entities in the house. Where do these uninvited guests come from, and how should we coexist peacefully with them, or ask them to leave? In this age of scientific enlightenment, discussing impurities seems to appear superstitious. However, Buddhist wisdom teaches us that all phenomena in the world are not limited to what is visible to the naked eye. From the Ragama Sutra, profound cloud, all sentient beings are contained within the Tathagata Garbha, like a single speck of dust encompassing the entire Tripitaka. Beyond the world we live in, there exist countless beings and energy fields invisible to us. They coexist with us in this universe. From the Buddhist perspective, unclean phenomena appearing in a household are often related to several factors. It may be the manifestation of the karmic results of family members' past actions, attracting certain negative sentient beings, or due to specific causes and conditions, leading to the temporary residence of other sentient beings. It might also be the result of long-term negative emotions filling the home, creating a harmful energy field. Regardless of the situation, Buddhism offers effective solutions. Among the many Buddhist methods of purification, the water sprinkling mantra is highly esteemed for its simplicity and remarkable efficacy. This continuously flowing Dharma gate has helped countless families dispel darkness and regain peace and happiness. As stated in the Kitagarbha Sutra, if there are virtuous men and women who encounter hundreds and thousands of disasters during tribulations, yet also come upon favorable circumstances, they should sincerely recite the mantra, and all calamities and obstacles will naturally dissipate. Now, let us together unveil the mystery of the Dharma mantra, understanding how it helps transform our homes into pure lands of light, allowing every family member to live in a peaceful and harmonious environment. Before delving into the mysteries of Dharma mantras, we must first understand what defilements are from the Buddhist perspective. Contrary to common superstitious beliefs, the Dharma provides a more profound and rational interpretation of these phenomena. The Buddha, in the Shurangama Sutra, teaches that all sentient beings, from beginningless time, have been caught in the cycle of birth and death. Due to ignorance of the eternal true mind, their inherent nature remains veiled. This scripture reveals an important truth. There exist various sentient beings in the universe who, like us, undergo the cycle of samsara across the 6 realms of existence. Some sentient beings, due to the effects of karma, temporarily exist in states imperceptible to our physical eyes, yet they indeed inhabit the space around us. The first situation is the manifestation of karmic obstacles. The Kitagarbha Sutra mentions that if there are sentient beings who, day and night, are destined to receive retribution from Confucian teachers or others, or who come to attack due to enmity over vegetarian food, they shall be so afflicted. The karma each person brings from past lives is like an invisible magnetic field comprising actions such as killing, deceit, and harming others for selfish gain. Past resentful relatives and creditors may come to settle debts when conditions ripen, causing disturbances and instability within the household. This is not superstition, but a manifestation of the law of cause and effect. Just as the law of conservation of energy in physics states, every action in the universe generates a corresponding reaction. Karma is the same. It does not vanish into thin air, but manifests at the appropriate time. The second situation is the temporary stay of beings born from other realms. In the Kitagarbha 10 Wheels Sutra, it is mentioned that there are various sentient beings who, after death, become without refuge and wander in the world. Some beings who have just passed away, due to intense attachments or emotional bonds, are temporarily unable to smoothly attain rebirth and thus remain in familiar surroundings. These beings do not disturb humans out of malice. Some are even deceased family members who remain due to attachment or confusion, unable to depart. A family in Taipei often heard sounds of cooking coming from the kitchen late at night, only to later realize that it was their deceased grandmother still maintaining her habits from when she was alive. This elderly person harbors no ill will. He is simply deeply attached to his family and ancestral home, unwilling to part from them. Through the recitation of sutras for liberation and the purification ceremony, the elderly person ultimately departed with peace of mind, embarking on the path of rebirth. The third situation, which is also the most common, is the influence of the mind on the environment. The Dharma teaches that all phenomena are created by the mind. Our thoughts and emotions directly influence the surrounding energy field. If a family is long filled with quarrels, resentment, fear, and other negative emotions, it will create a low-vibration energy field. Not only does it affect the physical and mental health of family members, but it may also attract low-energy beings of similar frequency. Just as a stagnant pool of water attracts mosquitoes, a field of negative energy also attracts corresponding sentient beings. These beings do not actively interfere with humans, but are attracted by similar energy vibrations. If family members can adjust their emotions and maintain harmonious relationships, these phenomena often naturally disappear. Therefore, from a Buddhist perspective, what is considered impurity is not always external evil spirits or ghosts. Often, it is a projection of our inner negative energy or the manifestation of karmic conditions. This is also why Buddhism emphasizes that true purification is not merely about expelling external impurities, but, more importantly, about purifying one's own mind, eliminating karmic obstacles, and elevating the frequency of one's energy. If we seek supernatural powers or magical arts merely to combat impurities without purifying our own minds, such purification is only temporary. After understanding the true nature of impurities, we can more purposefully apply the auspicious mantra of purification. This practice not only dispels external disturbances, but also fundamentally enhances the energy field of the home, creating a truly serene and harmonious living environment. Among the many excellent Dharma practices in Buddhism, the Purification Mantra is highly esteemed for its simplicity, being just a single line, and its significant effectiveness. This sacred mantra has been widely disseminated throughout the Buddhist communities in the Han region since the Eastern Jin period. According to the Buddha Speaks of Various Forests, the Purification Mantra originally comes from the Buddha's Crown Supreme, Thirty Sutra. It is a sacred method for purifying space personally taught by the Buddha and is to be practiced within the auspicious teachings of the assembly. The full text of the Sprinkling Purification Mantra is O Para Lin Tir Ning Safup, which, although brief and concise, contains immeasurable virtues. It is said that this mantra possesses incredible power, capable of transforming all impurities into purity, naturally repelling all evil influences, and summoning all benevolent deities to come and protect. As the Buddha said in the Great Compassion Mantra Sutra, those who recite this mantra will naturally have all evil spirits disperse and will not dare to harm them. Then, how should one properly use the Purification Mantra to cleanse the home? The complete procedure of this sacred ritual will be detailed for everyone. First is the preparation before the event, a crucial step. The Yogacarabhumi Sastra states that tranquility of mind is primary, followed by the entry into the Dharma. Regardless of the Buddhist practice being performed, the practitioner's physical and mental purity is fundamental. Therefore, before performing the purification ceremony, one should rinse the mouth and wash the hands, dress neatly, and maintain a respectful mind. If conditions permit, one may first burn incense and organize a quiet event to create a solemn and reverent atmosphere. In addition to preparing the body and mind, the following items should also be prepared. A bowl of pure water can be used, such as mineral water or well water exposed to sunlight. A single willow branch is offered, wishing it to be soft and moist. If unavailable, other clean branches may be used as substitutes. An incense burner, along with offerings before the Buddha, such as fresh flowers and fruits. Once prepared, the formal sutra scattering ceremony begins. First, recite the Great Compassion Mantra or the Meditation Mantra 3 times, praying for the blessing of the Buddha's power. The Great Compassion Mantra Sutra states that if one recites this mantra, the water accumulates into the 8 meritorious waters and can eliminate all obstacles and sins. By reciting these sacred mantras, we lay the foundation for the forthcoming purification ritual, enhancing its blessing power. Step 2. Begin reciting the Purification Mantra while using a willow branch dipped in holy water to gently sprinkle it around. Although brief, each recitation of the Heart Sutra should be heartfelt, with every word articulated clearly and without negligence. Only with utmost sincerity in recitation can one resonate with the Buddha's power. The third step is to perform the sprinkling of purification water in a specific sequence. Generally, starting from the center of the room, it extends outward clockwise, thereby permeating the entire space. Special attention should be paid to corners, doors, and windows, and the head of the bed, as these places often harbor heavier yin energy or are prone to the accumulation of negative energies. At Layman Li's home in Kaohsiung, there have been strange noises for several consecutive nights, and the child often has nightmares. Under the guidance of a master, he carefully performed a purification ritual in the corners of the bedroom and near the child's bedside. Shortly after finishing, the strange noises ceased for the night, and the child peacefully fell asleep. This clearly demonstrates the importance of the targeted application of purification. Step 4. After completing the sprinkling of the purified water, perform a simple dedication of merit, wishing that this purified water be sprinkled throughout all directions, so that all sentient beings may be free from suffering and attain happiness through the dedication. We not only ask uninvited guests to leave our homes, but also wish them liberation and rebirth in a favorable realm. This reflects the spirit of compassion in Buddhism, which is not merely about exorcising evil, but about helping all sentient beings to transcend suffering and attain happiness. There are several important points to pay special attention to during the sprinkling purification ceremony. First and foremost, maintain faith and do not harbor any doubt or fear. The Masanipta Sutra states that if a person's faith and mind are pure, the Tathagata's divine power will protect them, and all demons and heterodox paths will be unable to harm them. Faith is the foundation for the accomplishment of all Buddha's works, while doubt and fear will instead weaken the effectiveness of purification rituals. Secondly, reciting the Shurangama mantra regularly can enhance protective strength. This mantra possesses incredible protective power, enabling practitioners to be diligent and tireless in their practice, free from any evil influences. Reciting sutras every morning can create a strong energy barrier, providing lasting protection for the peace and tranquility of the home. Finally, if serious problems occur in the home, such as continuous abnormal phenomena or family members experiencing health issues, it is best to invite an experienced monk or lay Buddhist practitioner to conduct a purification ritual. Advanced practitioners often possess stronger blessings and are able to handle complex situations more effectively. The wonder of the Purification Mantra lies not only in its power to avert taboos, but also in its ability to elevate the energy frequency of the entire space, filling the home with positive energy. On one hand, it purifies the environment. On the other hand, it also protects the physical and mental health of the family. Although the water sprinkling ceremony is effective, relying solely on a temporary purification is insufficient to maintain lasting cleanliness and harmony within the home. We need to combine other methods to form a systematic purification system, reinforcing the positive energy field of the home from multiple aspects. Firstly, reciting the scriptures is the most direct and effective method. The The scriptures contain the wisdom and blessings of the Buddha, capable of directly purifying the energy of the space. Classical recordings of the Diamond Sutra, the Sutra of Kitagarbha, the Heart Sutra, and others can be played regularly at home, or family members can recite them personally. Reciting sutras not only dispels negative energy, but also accumulates merit and blessings for the entire family, achieving multiple benefits at once. The atmosphere in Ms. Zhang's home in Taipei has been oppressive for a long time. Since consistently playing the recording of the Kitagarbha Bodhisattva Purvapradna Sutra daily, the atmosphere at home has noticeably improved, and even the once tense relationship between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law has softened significantly. This is precisely the marvelous manifestation of the power of the scriptures. Secondly, placing a Buddha statue in an appropriate location at home is also a very effective method. Statues of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas symbolize the highest wisdom and compassion in the universe, capable of generating a powerful positive energy field. If one respectfully enshrines statues of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, Amitābha Buddha, or Kitagarbha Bodhisattva at home, it is akin to inviting guardian deities, naturally dispelling all negative energies. When offering to the Buddha, it is important to ensure that the location is solemn and clean. It is generally chosen to be in the living room or a dedicated altar room at a high place, and one must avoid placing it facing unclean areas such as the bathroom or kitchen. Daily offerings should be made in accordance with the Dharma, using pure water, fresh flowers, fruits, and the like, while maintaining a respectful and reverent mind. The third important method is to refrain from evil and practice good, which is fundamental to fundamentally improving the energy of the home. If a family can abide by basic ethical principles, renouncing killing, sexual misconduct, and false desires, it will naturally cultivate good karmic blessings and need not worry about the intrusion of unclean influences. Specifically, one should avoid taking life at home, especially refraining from slaughtering chickens or fish within the household. Do not keep an excessive number of pets. Maintain a clean environment, abstain from gambling and excessive drinking, and avoid overindulgence in sensual desires. Family members should live in harmony, reduce quarrels and resentment, and refrain from greed or ill-gotten wealth. The Dharma is boundless. 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 We can perform simple food offering ceremonies on the 1st and 15th days of each lunar month or during traditional festivals, either on the balcony or outdoors. The method of offering food is very simple. Prepare a bowl of clean rice or bread, add a small amount of clean water, then recite the Rebirth Mantra or the Heart Sutra. Visualize the food being transformed into nectar under the Buddha's power, capable of fulfilling the needs of all sentient beings. Then scatter the food into the air or place it outdoors, while wishing that at this moment, the offering may universally nourish hungry ghosts and all sentient beings, hoping that all beings may be satisfied, free from suffering, and attain happiness. In this way, we can not only help the invisible sentient beings who may be staying at home, but also accumulate our own merit and wholesome roots. The Kitagarbha Sutra states that failing to give alms to hungry ghosts results in countless misfortunes, which is a dual manifestation of compassion and wisdom. In addition to the above methods, maintaining a clean and bright home environment is also very important. The sutras say that purity is like a bright lamp, and boundless are the merits and virtues gained. Regularly cleaning and maintaining ventilation, allowing ample sunlight to shine in, not only benefits physical health, but also enhances the energy of the space. Especially for rooms that have been unoccupied for a long time, it is essential to regularly open the windows for ventilation to prevent the accumulation of stagnant or negative energy. These methods complement each other, forming a comprehensive system for purifying the home environment. The purification ritual can swiftly eliminate negative energies, while the recitation of scriptures, offering reverence to the Buddha statue, Performing rituals for dispelling misfortunes and repairs, and regularly making food offerings can long maintain the purity and tranquility of the home. Just as cultivation requires the simultaneous practice of concentration and wisdom, the purification of the home also requires both immediate and long-lasting methods to create a truly peaceful and harmonious living environment. After exploring various methods of purifying the home, we cannot help but ask, what is the essence of these methods? Why is it that some people remain unsettled at home despite undergoing multiple purification ceremonies? The modern eminent master, Master Guang, once said, "All calamities arise from karmic retribution. By sincerely reciting the Buddha's name, one can transform misfortune into auspiciousness." Therefore, the most fundamental solution is not to blindly rely on external factors, but sincerely recite the Buddha's name and transform karmic forces. Master Guang further explained that if one refrains from committing evil deeds and does not generate evil thoughts, the three karmas will be pure and demons will naturally be kept at bay. This enlightens us that true purification is not about cleansing external impurities, but about purifying one's body, speech, and mind, the three karmic faculties. When our words, actions, and thoughts are all upright and sincere, we naturally attract the protection of benevolent deities, and evil spirits dare not come near. The contemporary eminent monk, Master Hua, straightforwardly pointed out that demons arise from the mind. When the mind is calm, demons naturally withdraw. If the mind is not calm, no amount of chanting mantras will be effective. This sentence highlights a key point. What we often consider as dirt is frequently a projection of the troubles within our own minds. When a mind is filled with greed, hatred, and ignorance, even residing in a pure and serene monastery will still bring about a sense of unrest. Conversely, when a mind is pure, even in the midst of a bustling city, it is like a pure land. Master Hua once told a story about a lay devotee whose home was plagued by strange occurrences. Despite the master performing numerous rituals, the disturbances persisted without any effect. Later, Master Hua told him, "It is not that your house has ghosts, but that your mind harbors ghosts." It turned out that this layperson had been holding on to resentment and was filled with hostility towards his relatives and friends. Under the guidance of the Venerable Master, he began practicing the compassion meditation, reflecting daily on his words and actions. Gradually, all the strange occurrences in his household disappeared. This story vividly illustrates that the true filth actually resides within our own hearts. Master Xingyan explains from another perspective that what are called ghosts and spirits are merely phenomena arising from the convergence of causes and conditions, and there is no need for excessive fear. As long as we have the Buddha in our hearts, conduct ourselves with discipline, and hold right thoughts, we will naturally coexist harmoniously with spirits and deities. This reminds us that when encountering unusual phenomena at home, we should not become overly panicked, but rather approach them with equanimity, using the wisdom of the Dharma to resolve them. Khenpo Soterji of Tibetan Buddhism emphasizes the importance of confessing karmic obstacles. If one wishes to purify external circumstances, one must first confess the inner mind. Profoundly repent for the past evil karmas encountered. Sincerely beseech the compassion and blessings of the Buddhas of the 10 directions, so that karmic obstacles are naturally eliminated and demonic hindrances naturally dispelled. This teaches us that while the ritual of sprinkling purified water is important, if it is not accompanied by sincere inner repentance, its effectiveness will be greatly diminished. The teachings of these venerable masters all point in the same direction. True exorcism lies in cultivating the mind. External rituals and methods are merely supportive conditions. The fundamental lies in the purity and kindness of the mind. As stated in the Vimalakirti Sutra, when the mind is still, the land is still. When our mind is pure and free from defilements, the living environment naturally becomes peaceful and harmonious. Therefore, while performing rituals such as sprinkling sacred water, we should place greater emphasis on inner cultivation, nurturing compassion, and generating empathy for all sentient beings. We should practice repentance sincerely, purifying past negative karma. Persistently recite the Buddha's name, using the pure power of the Buddha's name to cleanse our minds. By diligently practicing good deeds and cultivating wholesome connections, we eliminate karmic obstacles through virtuous actions. Cultivating both internal and external harmony in this way not only effectively resolves unrest within the home, but also elevates our spiritual realm, making life more peaceful and blissful. This is the ultimate solution that the wisdom of the Dharma provides us. At this point, we have understood the nature of the impurities in the home, mastered the method of using the purification bowl, learned various measures to maintain long-term cleanliness in the household, and further realized that the true exorcism by great monks begins with the wisdom of cultivating the mind. Now, let us integrate this knowledge and truly transform our homes into pure lands of light. When encountering unusual phenomena at home, there is no need to panic, nor should one fall into superstition. The Purification Mantra, a profound Dharma-skillful means bestowed upon us by the Buddhist teachings, not only purifies the environment but also stabilizes our minds. When we respectfully recite the Purification Mantra, we're not only dispelling external impurities, but also purifying our own minds and elevating our energy frequency. Every argument, every resentment, and every dissatisfaction can potentially introduce negative energy into the home. Therefore, creating a harmonious family atmosphere is key to maintaining tranquility at home. The Heart Sutra teaches us that by clearly seeing the absence of desire, all phenomena are empty, overcoming all sufferings and hardships. All dharmas are emptiness, including the impurities we fear. When we no longer cling to existence or non-existence, are free from fear and superstition, and instead face everything with wisdom and compassion, our home naturally becomes a pure land. In this pure land, there's not only an absence of external disturbances, but, more importantly, it is filled with love, respect, understanding, and support. Family members care for each other. Neighbors live in harmony. Even when occasional difficulties arise, they face them with a calm mind and resolve them with wisdom. Such a family will naturally attract good karmic connections and avoid harmful ones. Let us remember the Buddha's teachings, purify our minds, so that the true purity of all Buddha's teachings arises from within rather than from external circumstances. When our mind is pure, our home becomes a pure land, and our world becomes a pure land. May the light of wisdom from the pure land of Jingzhou illuminate your home. May every family become a bright, pure land. May all sentient beings be freed from suffering and find happiness, jointly realizing Bodhi. Namo Amitābha Buddha.